Kakausap natin ngayon si infectious diseases expert Ron Jean Solante. Magandang gabi po sa inyo, Dr. Solante.
Hi, Corina. Good evening.
So, with this, well, just to confirm, it is deadly. Ito po ay nakamamatay talaga. Ibig sabihin ay wala pang gamot para dito sa Nipah virus na ito?
Yes, Corina. No, the factor that makes the virus deadly because its affinity to the brain. Kumbaga, pagpapasok sa katawan to, pupunta to sa brain and it causes encephalitis and meningitis. And that's the risk of mortality. Kasi pag nasa brain, mataas talaga ang mortality. And the other one is it can also cause severe pneumonia. No? So that's the reason why that the case fatality rate range from 40% to 75%, one of the highest fatality among the different viruses.
But is it possible that some mortalities that have happened already here in the Philippines was caused by that? Is there a way for Filipino doctors to detect whether the Nipah virus is the cause?
Well, that's so difficult, Corina, because you need a very complex test to do and document the presence of a Nipah virus. No? We call it an RT-PCR. And for now, there's only one hospital that can diagnose this, which is RITM. No? So it's so difficult to tell yung mga namamatay because of this infection. Parang magkapareho ang sintomas because of Nipah virus. So difficult to do that. No? But the fact na nangyari na to ng 2014, siguro ang importante dito ngayon na it can still happen, but we need to monitor and we need to be vigilant in this context na meron ng ring outbreak sa India.
So ano po ang nangyari noong 2014? Paano nawala yung Nipah virus? Are you talking about the Philippines? It happened here?
Yeah,
Opo.
yes, sa Philippines yun, no? Yung sinabi ng Department of Health. No? It was in 2014 that ang suspect nila doon, kasi yung mga namamatay, yun yung kumain ng karne ng mga kabayo. No? So most likely the fruit bat, which is the carrier of the virus, okay, contaminated those horses in that particular region of Mindanao. And then itong mga horses were symptomatic, then transmitted it to human. So sila yung nadali nung time yon.
I see. Okay, so what is the solution? Should the fruit bats be decimated? Lahat po ba ng mga fruit bats, since they carry this virus, would that be part of the solution?
Ay, hindi naman, Corina, because there's only a certain type of fruit bats that carries this virus, no? And it's so common in areas like India and Bangladesh, no? So ang ano lang natin siguro dito na we need to control, we need to monitor the borders, especially for those who are traveling abroad and coming home and who visited those places na meron ng outbreak ngayon. They should be monitored also for symptoms, the usual health check that they undergo doon sa Bureau of Quarantine sa airport.
Okay, so but the meat is not necessarily dangerous. I mean, beef from cows. Hindi naman po.
Yeah, but because of this outbreak, ang advice talaga natin na anybody who will be taking any type of beef, no? Kasi there's a possibility whether it's cow, horses, pig, or even other. Yes, we have to see to it that properly cooked, no, or properly saan yung source na malinis ang source nito. And importante na talagang luto siya, hindi lang yung hilaw. Kasi the virus can really thrive in an uncooked type of meat.
Wow, okay. Gaano naman po kaya tayo kasigurado na hindi pa nakakapasok kung nasa India na po siya?
Well, as of now, as we have always emphasized na meron naman tayong monitoring and surveillance, and the only way to know this is if we have people who are having the same symptoms and it will be clustering. No? Ibig sabihin, hindi lang ita, dalawa, tatlo, apat at the same time, then these are one of the trigger for investigation and testing and sending the specimen to the National Reference Lab, which is RITM.
So right now, everybody who has pneumonia or say meningitis are being tested that they might be carriers?
Ay, hindi rin, Corina. No? Ang ginagawa natin dyan, pag sinasabing may mga ganitong klaseng we always need to ask, is this patient coming from an area where there is an ongoing outbreak? How many days kung nanggaling siya doon? Ilang araw siya nakarating dito, within 3 weeks ba? So yun yung mga important factors that we need to ask.
So if it Just in case po, tayo po ba'y handa na harapin kung sakaling magkaroon ng incident dito?
Yes, I'm pretty confident, no? Because Corina, how you look at our experience with COVID, no? We learned a lot from COVID, and the Department of Health has also strengthened the surveillance system in terms of these mga emerging and re-emerging infectious diseases. The health facilities are also being we already have the framework of how health facilities, especially mga referral centers, will accommodate cases, especially cases like this that need to be isolated and treated.
So is anybody on the works for a vaccine o yung bakuna laban po dito?
Yes, there are already drug companies into the phase 1 of the vaccine, pero there's no I mean, the progress has been slow. Wala pa tayong nakikita na nandun na sa phase 3. So it's something that we hopefully that this vaccine can be finalized, can be available soonest, no?
Last question po, are the unvaccinated more susceptible? O may dagdag po bang resistensya dito ang mga nabakunahan na?
Well,
For COVID?
No, okay. Walang kaugnay ang COVID vaccine dito, Corina, no? Ang gusto ko lang tukuyin, still the most vulnerable population are the elderly, no? Yung may mga comorbidities, and especially when you look at human to human transmission, we need to advise this individual to be really vigilant and wear the face mask as we always recommend.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong oras, infectious diseases expert Ron Jean Solante. Manatiling nakatutok sa Bilyonaryo News Channel. Sumubaybay sa aming social media accounts at mag-subscribe sa aming YouTube channel para sa mga bago at eksklusibong balita.